as I take the shoulder forward, what's going on is the arm and the shoulder girdle and the clavicle are turning around the chest. Right? That's what I'm imagining. That even though I'm touching in the back, the movement's happening in the joint in the front. Okay? And once I use up the movement in the joint in the front, then that movement's going to spread from the breastbone, into the ribs, and into the spine. That's where you get the ripple effect. Right? And that's what I am looking for and feeling for as well. I mean, I can feel, like there, I can feel that there's a little bit of movement with her chest. There's a little bit of shifting and adjusting. Right? And here, that's heavier. There's less one. I don't have to look. I can feel that. Once I ask the question, how far? I've blown it. Because the question is too big. Right? I did this with a few of you. I said, if you ask a smaller question, what's it like at the beginning? You get a much bigger answer. Really, the question is, what's it like at the very beginning? So, your hand is flat. Okay? And your hand stays flat, and it stays more or less parallel to the surface of the table. So, if you find yourself dive-bombing, that's not it. Okay? So you want to keep your hand flat. And remember what we said, it's like you're rolling from the heel of the hand toward the palm of the hand. So the contact that the head is making is changing, and the contact that the hand is making, and they're changing at the same time. Okay? I think about, it's like someone's holding my finger, pulling my middle finger, and then holding my elbow and pulling my elbow. So my hand is being moved along this line. So the question, remember, doing ATM, or doing FI is doing an ATM for two people. Okay? So this is the movement I'm doing with my arm. Right? Just going from side to side. Now the thing is, if I just do it with my arm, then this is going to be a lot of work for my arm and my shoulder. What do I do with the center of my body so that there's a proximal component? Because remember, if the big muscles do the effort, right, then it'll be easy. I am just turning myself a little bit. Remember, we played with this before. That movement of the knees moving and just turning around myself. So what I'm doing, just watch for a second, is I'm turning myself, and I'm turning just like I want her to turn. The movement is me turning to turn the other person. Now think for a moment, though, there's a proportional thing. If you think about the spoke of the wheel and the edge of the wheel, right? The spoke makes a very small movement, but the edge makes a large movement, right? You can see my finger turns. That's a quarter turn. My hand has to make a huge movement through space. This is a teeny movement. The same thing is true here. My hand is moving pretty small. My center has to hardly move at all.